Knowing that you had two children by two different women was intimidating.
Y'all two good people. Y'all just not good for each other. So he said, if you really love her, you'll let her go.
So I was understanding for a very long time. Like even when you were like, man, I'm like, babe, you kind of proposed to the woman. You kind of was with her, you know. First time I met that woman, baby girl didn't even speak to me. I was like, oh.
This is an Iwegbu production.
Period.
First thing first, Steve Harvey, he recently was on Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharp. And they got into talking about a lot of different things. Great interview all together, two unks together. I loved it all the way. One in particular we wanted to highlight when they were talking about the blended family. Y'all check this out.
You got 3 kids, Marjorie had kids. How was the blended family? How did that work, Steve?
Oh, that shit hard.
Thought you gonna give me cool by y'all like, oh,
No, that shit hard, dog. They wasn't in agreement. They went bowling one night in Memphis when me and Marjorie first got together. We brought all the kids together, all 7 of them. And all the girls went bowling and came back and decided they didn't want us to get married and said they don't think it's the right thing to do. And they need more time to get to know us. And I'm sitting up here looking at some people that ain't got shit. I'm sitting up here going, y'all ain't got a relationship, a good job, a career. I'm paying for colleges and shit. I don't know how I'm listening to y'all making some decisions. Y'all ain't got one boyfriend that didn't work thus far. So I don't know how they finna tell me how to live. My sons was over there cool with it. Roger, Jason, and Wynn, they sitting over there, they cool with everything.
Right.
The 4 girls, total, just mayhem.
Totally against it.
Totally against it. Ain't none of them got nobody. So why am I listening to them?
How did you win them over?
I didn't.
You're like, I'm doing this. Me and your mama, we doing this.
Dog, I love this girl. This girl, best thing for me. Now, we gonna work. Now, we gonna create an atmosphere of love, and everybody's invited into it.
Right.
And everybody want to come into it can come into it. And it was a point, man, where like all of them except the oldest one, my 2 daughters had graduated from college. Morgan was out of college. So the 3 girls were living on their own. Everybody else lived in the house. The 3 boys and the daughter. And Lori grew up with 4 damn brothers.
Right.
So she was, and we could protect Lori at the house with them brothers.
Right.
It got out of hand now. We can't, we can't watch it now.
No, you can't watch it.
Because I'd have been and sawed off a bunch of these little.
Well, that was a pretty sharp answer. And I just wanted to start this off, babe, by going to you. How is it with the whole blended family? Would you agree with what Steve Harvey said? And I want to follow that up also with where my daughter's accepting, because I had 2 girls before you came into the situation. And so would you say they were accepting of you? How was that transition? And would you agree with Steve Harvey?
First of all, it was hilarious.
It's hilarious.
Hilarious. I was cracking up that whole clip when I first saw it. So first and foremost, knowing that you had 2 children by 2 different women was intimidating. You definitely did your best to assure me that, oh, this is smooth. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I see them when I'm supposed to see them. Like everything is straight. And so I was like, okay, mind you, I didn't know anything about men and children. Like I've never dated a man with kids, so I didn't know. So I was like, okay, cool. This is okay. So I went in optimistic, and at that time, I think our 2 oldest were 5 and 7. It's either 6.
One is 17 now and one is 13. And we've been together almost 8 years. The second one, she's 4 years younger than
she's
oldest.
4. So yeah, so probably like 5. So we're talking about babies. Yeah. I think my situation was a little different because they are impressionable. I remember the first time meeting them, we were all in a car together and they were just sitting, they were so little in the back seat, and just like our 13-year-old was just excited. She was just happy. She saw me a few times before as well. So it was, at church, but it was a fairly easy process of like adapting to me. Again, that's because they were so young. So I think if I was coming into teenage girls whose mama was like, oh, you ain't about to take my mama's place. Like the oldest never saw y'all together, right?
No, she never saw us together.
So she doesn't know you being with her mom.
She don't know.
And then as our second oldest gets older, we found out she don't remember you being with her mom.
Remember it.
So
I did
both
that
of them.
strategically, by the way. Hold a place. Could you forget?
My
Would you
Lord,
forget?
I'm
Would you
forget. Let me write it down. Go ahead.
No, and I want to drop this gem here for men, also maybe some ladies. One of the reasons why I decided to leave the old relationship when I did was because my daughter was getting older. And I knew the environment that her mom and I had was not going to be a good environment for her to grow up in. It was very toxic. It was a lot of just verbal things going on, all that. I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about me. me too. Holy Spirit told me one night, he said, y'all two good people, y'all just not good for each other. So he said, if you really love her, you will let her go. And if you really love your daughter, you won't bring her into that type of environment, because she's going to get older. She's going to be able to see what's really going on. Like as a baby, they can't really catch it all the way. That's why I said it's now or never. It's either I'm in or I'm out. And before we go ahead and lock this thing up for life, shout out to Dr. Vernon for that quote. You don't marry potential, you marry reality. If she never changed, could I be with this? And I said no. And I did not want her to see that. And I did that strategically. And I guess I thought she would remember some of the times when her mom and I were together.
If y'all watch our YouTube, we talk about how the scandal behind us getting together was that everyone thought Nnamdi was still engaged when I got pregnant.
The scandal is more of a rumor. Because it wasn't real.
Right. That's why I do this all the time, baby. We say those words to, bring them in. But so the scandal behind, and that's why I do this, y'all. I think they know what that means.
They probably do.
Is that you were engaged, got me pregnant. And so when we were kind of talking to the child of the woman that you were with, we were saying that, and she didn't know you were engaged to her mama.
She didn't ever know.
She was like, wait.
Yeah, she didn't really know.
I remember talking to her, and she's like, they were? So literally the second one only knew me to be with you. So again, my situation was really different. I think when you're coming into a situation where you have teenagers who daddy was supposed to be with my mama. Like daddy was supposed to be that. You took my mama's spot. Like who are you? That wasn't the case because neither one of them knew you to be with their moms. No. In our situation, it was definitely easy. They loved me.
And even my second oldest, even her mom and I were so much most of the time off anyway that when she started getting dropped off and stuff, I think she didn't really realize a big difference. We were mainly off more than on.
She didn't know y'all were together. And so that's why I think my transition was easy into them, and they fell in love with me. Like I brought life to this family, literally to Nnamdi and our two oldest, just like joy, birthday cake, like birthdays and Christmases. Like I'm really big on that stuff, and I think both of them really appreciated just the joy that I brought in the home, and just a woman's touch. So for me, it was simple. Now, parents of the children.
So now we have to get to the part where Steve Harvey's like, "Oh, that is hard." What's up, family? We wanted to pause for just a moment to let you all know we have created a way for you guys to partner with us with our Patreon community launch.
Yes, look, have y'all been enjoying the gems, the conversations, the transparency, baby? We've been putting our whole life on this camera. And if you have been enjoying it, we are creating an opportunity for you to partner with us because we want to be able to create at the highest level of excellence, and that requires resources, and that is where you come in. We have created a tier as low as $5 a month, y'all. $5. So if you would like to partner with us, just simply click the link in the description box, and we hope to see you over there. Now the mothers was a different situation. So with the oldest, I just knew that I would be straight with her because you hadn't been with her in what, 8 or 9 years? I hadn't been with her
since not even when my daughter's born, I wasn't with her.
Yeah, so we're talking about like maybe 10 years plus. Yeah. So I just immediately was like, oh, the oldest daughter, 10 years, you ain't messed with her, you ain't touched her, y'all ain't kind of slipped and slide on the low a little bit. Now, those were questions I asked, like, baby, please tell me when is the last time you decided to lay down with this woman. And when you told me those years, I was like, okay, we're straight. No, we weren't.
We thought.
I thought it was good.
We were fooled.
I literally, because I'm like, I know me, how my mind is. Like when I leave it, I'm who? You bring up somebody's name, I'm like, I don't remember that man, and that's, I just thought, again, y'all, when I met Nnamdi, I was 21. Nnamdi is, I know you don't like me saying this, but it is true. You are my first, like, official, real relationship as far as grown man, like, step into the play, actually not playing games. Like, so I didn't know. I just did not know. So when you told me that you hadn't been with this woman, I was like, okay, we're going to be cool. First time I met that woman, she did not. The oldest. Baby girl didn't even speak to me. I was like, oh.
She came around, said hi to my second oldest. Yeah. Like you wasn't even there.
And almost came in the car.
Yeah, almost like dipped her head in the car, but made sure she didn't say hi to you. So I had to say something to her.
Yeah, I remember telling you, I was like, that's disrespectful. Like I'm sitting here with a whole fat rock on my hand. Like she needs to, and that's when I knew, oh, you still not over. Oh, so it's been 10 years, but so that has been, listen to me when I say this. hell. That situation has been. I have never ever gotten along with baby girl, like with the mother.
Crazy thing, you ain't never talked to her.
I've never talked to her, but just the foolery, and we won't get into it on this video, but the demonic assignment that is behind what she operates in is something that I will just never respect. So in that situation with her, I mean, just moving from state to state, fleeing stuff and doing all kind of weird stuff, like it's been horrible. But mainly because of the daughter, just knowing how much she loves her father, knowing how much she loves me. I've been in both of their lives for 8 years here in August, so I've been here. You know what I mean? So that, and then the second mother, I understood up until probably like 4 or 5 years. I gave her like 5 years.
It's my 13-year-old's mother.
Yeah, I gave her like 5 years of understanding her being angry because it had only been a few months since she had been with you last. Yeah. So I was always told it takes just as long to get over somebody as it was when you being with them. And I know that's not for everyone. That's not a statement for everyone, but that was my experience. Like I had a 4-year high school relationship. It took me that long really to like just get that out of my system. And so I was like, okay, 8 years y'all been on, whether it was on and off or not, I was kind of giving her like 4 or 5 because you said y'all were off most of the time. So I was understanding for a very long time. Like even when you were like, man, I'm like, babe, you kind of proposed to the woman. You kind of was with her, you know.
And you did a lot of different gestures. Here's a good key point. Like if you're in this situation and the mothers are being mean and divisive, like you want to try to break the ice, try to do something kind to them, show love towards them.
Yes.
You know, what she did is she would send gifts during Christmas season, all those things. You know, and eventually even one time I think it was like maybe the second time or first time, maybe within a couple of years of us being together, she said, thank you. Even though her attitude and ways maybe didn't change, but I think I don't know. You got to remind me. You probably know
she never really like acted away around me. Like even when we would see each other, she started hugging me, and I was like, oh, okay, well, cool, I'm straight. Like that's all I want, and I think it's such a big deal, especially for the daughters, to see us get along because you know they don't want to choose between both of us, especially our second youngest. Like that's my baby, like, you know, her asking, like, I want to call you mom. Like, I am literally their mother too. And so, of course, I want a good relationship with their mothers. But for one of them, I know it's not happening. But overall, with the kids in general, that was easy. I never had to, like, you know, do much. I just was me. They always wanted to ride with me, go places with me, you know.
They love being with you.
Yeah, they love shopping with me. They love talking to me. Like we have a great connection, intimate relationship. Just, you know, those my babies. But like I said, the biggest difficulty was the mothers, and just especially the oldest. The oldest mom, it has been hard. I'm trying not to say
the oldest mom
words,
had it out since the beginning. And I said the oldest daughter's mom definitely had it out since the beginning.
I'm gonna just say this to the ladies really quick. If your man has baby, I'm sorry, what do you want me to call them?
Kids, moms, or whatever, like
if he has
children with other ladies.
If he has children,
I don't even know why I used the term baby mom before. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
It sounds like two chicks in what's those little shoes people were wearing?
Crocs.
And Crocs fighting in the middle of the street with their hair just all out. It just sounds you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I guess y'all can call it what y'all want or whatever, but I always said my kid's mom, and they say, oh man, my baby mama, nah, bro. Like my kid's mom. You know, like this is somebody I co-parent with. This isn't some, I don't know. I don't know the word, but it just something about it. But go ahead.
I understand. Like when I hear women like, I don't want to date no man with baby mamas. Y'all, I don't. What do you call them? If you don't want to
kids by another woman, don't
with
matter.
Kids by another woman, and let me tell you this: stand on that, sis. If that's a non-negotiable, because like, a lot of our just low seasons of Nnamdi being depressed and sad and like emotionally not there has been something wrapped around the children. a mama disappearing and fleeing the city, and he gotta take her to court, and we gotta drive all over the city to look for and find the child. Like, it's a lot. So if that is your non-negotiable, baby, I didn't know what non-negotiables was before I got married, but if that is a non-negotiable for you, do not bend that, unless you are a woman that is ready to be a therapist, it just takes a whole nother level of self-control that I did not know I had, but it's something that I'm glad I developed. So I just wanted to say that, ladies, if that's your non-negotiable, stick to it. And if you don't, or if that's not a non-negotiable, the only thing I would say look out for is make sure the woman, his baby mama, has moved on and in a healthy relationship with another man. Because if she is not, most times these women still want these men. They still want their baby daddy. Please look out for that. Like, make sure she's moved on. She's in a healthy relationship. How do you know that? Because she can speak to you. Because she can honor you as the wife. Still to this day, neither one of them honor me as his wife. They still don't say, hey, I know your wife. Like, they don't actually say those words. So just make sure she's moved on. She's happy in her marriage, and that she speaks to you and she respects you and honors you as his wife.
And she's progressing.
Yes.
Because I think that's one of the biggest parts right there. I knew of a guy in KC who had kids. Like, me and him had the same situation. At this time, I think we both had like 2 kids with 2 different women or whatever. And I remember him never having an issue with his kid's mom. I think he was doing parties or all this other stuff. She would come there. She would support him. They wasn't on no funny stuff. It was a good relationship because she also was bossing up herself. And to this day, they still support each other on what they're doing. No issues. Why? Because when the environments haven't changed. When the child goes to daddy house, he's on a certain level and mama's on that same level too. Well, here's the thing. A lot of times when you're leveling up as the dad or you're the mom or whatever, and the other person still hasn't been doing nothing. Right. They've been making crappy relationship choices and all those things. Your child sees that. They come home and innocently may say, oh, daddy's new house. Oh, mommy's new car, whatever.
Daddy got a swimming pool in his backyard.
And Miss So-and-so, she was so, and they're innocent. Yeah. But then guess what the mother's going to do out of jealousy or whatever? She's going to try to kill that thing. They end up hearing these things, and then that jealousy kind of comes in. Because of the breakup, they want you to do bad. They don't want you to do good most of the time. It's very rare you're going to find somebody like myself who really, I want my child's mom to thrive. But that's also because that's why it goes to your point. It's like making sure they are progressing. Yeah, making sure because you're progressing, you want better for yourself. You want better for them too. I want better, because my kid lives there. Exactly. I want you to do well. Yeah. I pray for them. Yeah, like for sure. Be praying like for your kid's mom, even if they're giving you hell and all that. Yeah, pray for them, man. I pray for their progress. The one that ain't saved, I pray for her to know Jesus. I say, Lord, if she won't hear from me, if she won't hear no other way, let somebody that she does respect and love tell her about the gospel and for her to receive it. Yeah. Because even with my oldest child's mom, when this is before you, when she was saved, when she knew Jesus, it was good. Yeah. She cried to me and said, hey, I'm so sorry for how I treated you when she was a baby and how I made you have to go to court and all. She cried to me and said she loves you so much, all of that. Got with a dude who was on another buying pattern. They say it ain't a religion, it's a mindset or whatever. But got with a dude, changed our whole situation. And that's when you had came into play. But once he changed our whole faith, God was out the door. I remember my daughter saying, like, God is not there in this household. Not to go on a whole tangent there, but just it's big that the child's mother or father, they are progressing so there won't be much of an issue. And make sure, women, that you're not getting with a dude who really haven't cut it off. I made a video about, hey, here's 5 steps to show your child mom that it's over, okay? You need to strongly communicate that it's over, clearly. Men, never step in our house. Don't do that. Don't step in her. I'm not stepping in a foot to grab a bag. Nothing. Keep your receipts. I pay all of them. In some way, I've always done that. Stop smashing her. Get ready to get a joint custody agreement, because they not going to like that you're actually progressing and actually trying to do this thing as a strong adult and move on a lot of times. So like Steve Harvey said, in some cases, it's not hard. My mother and father, they both co-parented, no issues. So I thought it would be the same for me. I was strongly wrong in most cases. Like Steve said, that is hard. What do you guys think? I mean, maybe some of you guys maybe you've been co-parenting. You had that same situation. Do you agree with Steve? That is hard? Yeah. Let us know down in the comments below. Hey, thank you for making it to the end of this video. If you could do us a huge favor, please hit that like button and please subscribe.
Yes, and please do not forget to hit that notification bell. We need y'all to be locked in every single time we drop this fire content.
Yeah.
Also, we need y'all to follow us on all social media platforms at the Iwegbus. And look, we will see y'all on the next video.
Holla.